This is most likely the best youth vaping and youth smoking data that we have ever had from the FDA, and they surprisingly haven't done a press release on it yet. I'm assuming that's because youth smoking is basically eliminated and youth vaping has had a 74% drop since its peak in 2019. We talk all about it with our mentor, Cliff Douglas, during the news and advocacy. There'll be timestamps all in the description. It'll be the first pinned comment. You can zip around the vlog wherever you want, but thank you for being here. Feel free to check it out. It's the vlog. It's already started. Let's go. This might be a little bit loud. I apologize.
Because Nick told me to.
Yeah.
Oh, hey!
Clucking the chowds. Clucking the chowds. Clucking the chowds. Clucking the chowds.
Okay, fine. Let's hang out. Stop clucking the chowds. Pow! There it is. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome and hello. It is, as far as I know, Mother Truckin' Thursday, which means it's Mother Truckin' Vlog Day. It's happening. You found it. You're in the right spot. I was not ready. That little hold screen just goes by a little bit way too fast. Plus, I feel like I've been playing catch up all day. Anyway, it doesn't much matter. I have a full-on, action-packed vlog for you guys planned out tonight. Listen, I appreciate you being here. I can see in the chat. Thank you so much, you guys. Dude, I saw Jason here. I saw Tokugawa here. Saw Willie Brown here. Saw Monkey Pants here. Saw the Pump, as in the Silk Pump is here. Mother Truckin' Ray Buildables here. What up, Leo? What up, Dell? Yeah, that's Dell. Everyone go subscribe to Dell's YouTube channel. Trey is here. Frank is here. Bird, a man. What up, Marky Boy? What up, Steve-O? I thought it was Mother Truckin' Vlog Day. Oh, is it? I didn't know. Maybe the higher ups changed it without me knowing. But as far Mother Truckin' Vlog Day, yeah. So we can do that. There it is. Appreciate you, appreciate you guys. There is here. Sidetracked. Probably Trevor. Most likely someone who may or may not have been named Trevor at one point in their life. Birthday girl is here. Party in the chat. All right, Miss Bagpipes. Fine. I know, I had it written down. Throw out any other birthdays you got going, but hey, let me give you a real quick rundown as far as what's going on, what's coming up tonight on this stream. Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? We're going to do a couple opening announcements. We got some possible Nick Guy the Science Man that I just penciled in literally 30 seconds ago. We're going to do a beer. Yeah, we're going to talk about some things I've been vaping. We're going to talk about some things you've been vaping. We're going to do some Assignment Planet Globe. We're going to do Cracklegasm. We're going to do coolest thing I saw this week. We got some news, really good news tonight, you guys. Really very hyper good news tonight. This is a, it's so cliche to say things like, well, this big thing happened and literally nobody's talking about it. And then, it's always some fucking chud on Twitter who's like, I can't believe nobody's talking about this. And then they point to a news article that literally like trillions of people are talking about. This is a case of really, truly nobody is talking about this, but don't worry, we'll get there. It's in the news. We're going to do some retro vapings. We're going to do some liquid tastings. We're going to do some band listenings as well. Ern's favorite Ernst-Garum bands. Next week, Ern will have an extra long Ernst-Garum bands just for you to celebrate your birthday. Absolutely. So that's what's going on. That's what's coming up. I had a few opening announcements here. I don't really have any opening announcements. Due process is good. I think we've established that. FISA 702, really bad. I'm not going to go into any details on this, but just go into your favorite search engine of choice and just type in FISA, F-I-S-A 702. Read all about it and see how terrible it is. So that's bad. That's right. Due process is good. Ezekiel 25:17 is not from Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I was going to trash Sleep Token real quick. Cigarettes for Your Ears, that band. That's how I would describe Sleep Token. If you said, what do you think of Sleep Token? I'd say cigarettes for your ears. Although I wish I could claim I made that up. I totally didn't. It's too good for me to have made up. Did Trump save vaping yet? Did that happen? I had a big question here. Did Trump save vaping? I wasn't on Twitter for like a day, and I don't know if it happened while I was gone. But I guess we'll just keep an eye on that. Yeah, I think that's it. Pokemon Go was a big data collecting scheme, and that's all I got. Those are some opening announcements. Let's get this vlog going. Let's just jump into it. No, Monkey Pants. It's a thing with vape mail. When it rains, it pours. And I had no mail last week. I got no mail this week. I have no foreseeable mail in the future. Welcome to the state of the vape industry in 2026. It's just where we're at. We are being systematically eradicated. I've been talking about it for a few years now. We're getting systematically eradicated, and it's literally getting worse. daily. Maybe, yeah. Maybe daily. So let's start the vlog the best way that I know how, and that is to consume some alcohol. Super interested to try this beer. How could I not buy this? Look at that label. Look at this. Look at it. How could I not have purchased this? Blood Orange Blonde Ale, out for blood. Just like pulp comics. It was like Ghost Rider. Kind of looks like Ghost Rider on the front there. Skeleton Man. Dudes with gas masks and baseball bats. It speaks to me. I only really hope now, looking at it, that this isn't just AI slop on here. Let's see. This almost looks like it was drawn by a person, This looks like non-robot art to me, and that makes me even happier. Even happier. Blonde ale with orange, out for blood. Here's the thing, though. I know literally less than nothing about this beer. So we're going to have to Google it real quick. Out for blood beer. Oh, it is on Beer Advocate. Would you just look at that? No score, no reviews. What are you going to do? Let's pour this into a shout out to the nasty one, McPoon Sauce himself. This is a beer glass from a collection of beer glasses he sent me from Ardot Theory. The Deaths of Civilization in Slow Motion 5. Look at that. Look how sick that is. This is the perfect glass for this beer to go in. This is the best beer pairing of the year so far. Hey, Jared. Appreciate you coming out. Happy Thursday. If it was a sour, it is not a sour. You know me. I don't generally jam on a lot of sours, although I did willingly buy a few sours recently. This looks like it's going to be plenty hazy, though. Can't see through the head because it's a completely non-transparent beer glass. You love to see it. I feel like I can tell by the weight that that's mostly just head foam in there, just head foam. They say this is a fruit and field beer. Fruit and field beer. I don't know anything about fruit and field beers. If they're delicious, then they're delicious. And that's all I really have to worry about. Fruit and field beers. I don't drink a lot of blonde ales either. It's not something I gravitate towards. I truly, yeah, this is the first ever. This is the first ever beer and glass pairing. And it's the winner. This wins. Out for blood in the Death of Civilization. Shit, that's matchy as hell. Same kind of motif, some sort of vibe going on. Blonde ale with blood orange. Yeah, happy birthday, Kirk. I'm gonna put Kirk on the birthdays. I can't believe he's 61. I can't believe it. Kirk Winstein. Happy birthday, Kirk. Happy birthday, Kirk. Ready for this? All right, we got the whole can in there now. You love to see it. Cool. Cheers, you guys. Cheers. Here, I'm going to put this here for now. Cheers. I hope you got something delicious with you tonight. Could be anything. Could be cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. What am I even tasting? What is that? It's like a blonde ale feels very super light, super clean, almost like wheaty, like the smell of wheat or something like that. I'm getting that flavor out of it. There's absolutely blood orange flavor in this, hard like citrus notes happening. That's delicious. It honestly makes me wish I had anything to pair with this. I might have to do... Oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. This is going to be the pairing. I have to tell you about how I accidentally made the best juice in the history of humankind. It was complete accident, but I did it. You know, not trying to brag or anything, but it happened. I did it. I'm going to pair it with this. This is delicious. Blood orange. I like orange anyway. I like orange juice, orange citrus, orange vapes, orange things. Give it to me. Put orange in my face. Orange blonde ale. I'm so down. I'm so down. Sergio's gifting subs, bro. Sergio. Dude, that's cool. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you, Sergio. In the chat, thanks you. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love that. Dude, you know how to get me in a good mood right at the beginning of a stream? Citrus, orange. It's citrusy. It's orangey. It's almost like a grapefruity beer situation going on. Who else is doing that? Who else is gifting them subs? Sergio, yeah, being a boss, just being a boss. Here, let's pair this. Let's pair this with this. So, I've been vaping this a lot, more than I would care to admit. And God, that is delicious. And I accidentally created the best liquid of all time. Corporate Jason's partly to blame for this. In this pod, in this MAKK pod right here, see those dual coils in there? You see those dual coils? Yeah. Clouds, bro. In this pod, I was vaping 6 milligram Omboyosi mango. You know, I made it pretty well known. I think it's the best mango on the market. Just vapable. The best vapable mango is the Omboy mango. And so I had some Omboy mango in here. And I couldn't find my Omboy mango bottle. So what I did is I filled the rest of the way up with the Sour House lemon. Bro. Bruh. This Sour House lemon, 6 milligram, mixed 50-50 with Omboyosi's mango in a 6 milligram, has produced my favorite thing. This flavor is unreal. Sweet. It's like sweet and sour lemon mango. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. I think it's going to pair perfect with this. The best mango on the market mixed with Sour House sour lemon. I can't get enough of this, so much so, like even more than the Kintsugi Sully's mix, which I still love. I'm tempted to just mix this whole bottle with another whole bottle of mango and vape nothing but the 50-50 mix of this. But for now, let's pair it with this beer. That's so busting. Holy crap, that's busting. I'm going to do that again. Whoa. That's unreal. That's delicious. It almost makes the beer take on a slightly tropical, mango-y type of flavor. I moved my chair up, so it forces me to sit up a little bit. Thank you for all the sit up reminders, but we're still gonna try to sit up. Kintsugi will not be a thing going forward, so enjoy it while you can. All right, well, fair enough. I'll enjoy it while I can. Oh, it's delicious. I don't know if it's notepad worthy. King Nut and 21 grams, that was delicious. I don't know if this pairing is necessarily notepad worthy, but damn it, it's good. It's really good. Like hyper good. That's truly delicious. Those pair together so well that I think I have to add them to the back of the notebook. It's just how it's going to go. What's the date today? Mark it down, dude. Thursday, April 16th. We're doing April. Obviously, it's a Thursday. April 16th, 2026. See, this starts in November 2025. And it is the Out for Blood. But it has to be mango sour house. Thursday, April 16th, 2026. Out for Blood and mango sour house lemon. It's too good. It's so good. It's a good vape, but this has been in my hand just because of this liquid. I cannot get enough of it. A mango lemonade would be my next choice. If I was a liquid maker, just putting this out there to the liquid makers, mango lemonade would be a thing I would try to be actively working on. What a tasty brew. What a tasty beverage. What a tasty beer. Hell yeah, dude. All right, well, now that we got a beer sort of coursing through our veins, let's do this real quick, just because I just discovered this just a few minutes ago and I really wanted to include it. So I really want to do a Nick Guy the Science Man. Check this out.
Nick Guy the Science Man.
Nick Guy the Science Man. What's up, everybody? I'd like to remind you I am not a scientist. I am not a doctor nor a scientist. But did you read this big headline? This is as of like 2 days ago. Vaporizing marijuana, which is not my preferred nomenclature for the plant, but vaporizing marijuana reduces harmful inhaled byproducts by 99% compared to joint smoking, new study shows. Harm reduction. Hi, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, weed. I feel like we've known this for a really long time, that vaporizing something and inhaling it rather than lighting it on fire and inhaling it is going to be less harmful for us. I feel like we I shouldn't say don't need the science. I feel like we already knew. It's like, yeah, of course, vaporizing marijuana releases far fewer harmful chemicals than smoking joints does, according to this new study. So vaping and not smoking is less harmful for the human body. Fuck, I love science. I love it. These results demonstrate that combustion, not cannabis itself, is the primary driver of harmful inhalation byproducts, and that controlled vaporization can significantly reduce exposure to these compounds. The study conducted and self-published by the vape company device PAX. Okay, well, listen, industry science is still science. PAX, lighting marijuana on fire through smoking releases a number of harmful, potentially harmful compounds, including benzene, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde. Vaporization, in contrast, heats cannabis to below the point of combustion while still releasing cannabinoids and terpenes. Harm reduction, harm reduction, harm reduction, harm reduction. Even though, hang on. Yeah, see, and then you run across, obviously it's harm reduction, and then you run across articles like this where it says smoking weed doesn't harm lungs if it's a joint a day, even after 20 years. I don't know where they get this questionable math from. Despite all the medical benefits marijuana has, spirometry, okay. Marijuana users who smoke joints were also more likely to report minor bronchitis-like symptoms. Yeah, as far as I know, even smoking the plant isn't as detrimental as, say, smoking a rolled-up, combustible, tobacco product. but it's nice to know, it's nice to know. It's not even, we knew this. It's nice to see it, I guess, that vaporizing cannabis, welcome to harm reduction. Welcome to harm reduction. Not burning things and lighting them on fire and then inhaling the acrid burning smoke from combustion. Not doing that's less harmful for you. Who knew? This is one of those things. Yeah, dude, huge win. And, I think I've been saying this for 15 years, something like that. They can't run from the science forever. They can't run from the science forever. The science is always going to show that harm reduction is beneficial to someone who's using cigarettes or joints. The science is always going to say that harm reduction is reduced harm. The problem with, I'm going to go off on a tangent right now that I don't want to do. So I'm going to leave it right there and just say that duh times 50 that vaporizing marijuana reduces harmful inhaled byproducts by 99% compared to smoking a joint. New study shows. Nick Guy, the Science Man. This has been Nick Guy, the Science Man. Remember, always vaporize your shit. Yeah, and it's nicotine's the problem, right? You could look at this. You could get out of here. You could, in this article, replace any word. These results demonstrate that combustion, not nicotine, is the primary driver of harmful inhalation byproducts. You could replace any words in this study with cigarettes and vaping and nicotine, and it would play out essentially the same way. Nicotine is not the main driver of harm in cigarettes. It's the combustion that gets you, not the nicotine. It's the combustion that gets you, not the cannabis itself. It's the combustion that'll get you. It's the process. And I don't understand how people, I genuinely don't understand how people don't understand that. It's like if you're cold in your house and you turn on a little space heater, no one is going to go, why didn't you start a little fire right there? Because the smoke is going to be really bad for everybody. Lighting things on fire and inhaling the carbon and the byproducts of that is really, really bad. Why didn't you just light a little fire right there? Why are you using a space heater? Because the combustion's the bad part. Because the combustion is the bad part. Nick Guy, the common sense pointer outer. Yeah. But it sucks, but you have to. You have to. It seems especially like these days, you kind of have to point out basic things, basic things. I hate that the internet has turned me into that, where you have to point out basic things, because there was a time when you could say something ridiculous and people just go, oh, fucking you, whatever. But now people will say something outlandish on Twitter, and then get upset in the comments when people are, taking him seriously. And guys like, oh God, can't you tell when I'm joking? It's like, no, dude, this is the internet. There's no tone of voice. It's just text on a screen, bro. So if you say something, I'm going to assume that you're saying that with your full chest. I'm not going to assume you're joking. People say outlandish things on the internet. Outlandish. Well, can't you tell I was joking? Nah, bro. That's not... Has the internet ever worked like that? Can't you tell that I'm joking? It was just a prank, bro. It was just a prank. I was just joking. Jeez, I was just joking, man. Yeah, suddenly it was a joke when you get called and, when you get caught and called out on your shit. It's like, geez, can't you tell I was joking? I don't believe that for a second there, buddy boy. Let's shift gears. Have some shed time for the people having shed time. And what I'm going to do literally right now, we're going to check in with Kitchen Guy. Yeah, it's time to check in on a few things that Kitchen Guy has been vaping, and then I'll meet you back here. So I would say take it away, Kitchen Guy, go.
What I've been vaping.
hi. Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning from Kitchen Guy. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just tired today. I'm just tired this morning, but we're gonna power through, and I hope it's a good vlog so far. I hope it's gonna be a good vlog because Kitchen Guy is tired. But here's the thing: I didn't do a vape fiddle last week on Twitch, and as such, I usually steal the stuff from the vape fiddle and bring it out here to vape it, but we didn't fiddle, so I don't have, I didn't get to steal anything really cool. Look, I got a Caliburn G4 Mini out here. Great. It's a lot of reruns. I've just been keeping the Sturdy 1 Orion RBA going with 6 milligram Stevie's Collective banana tobacco in here. It's too good of a vape. This might never get taken down. Never. It's far too enjoyable. Far too enjoyable. And, along those same lines, the har. My mind is still completely blown by the har. I reviewed the har. I gave the har a good review, and I liked it as a restricted direct long. And then I took it down, and I put it in my closet, and it just sat there for like 6 years. Anyway, we built this a couple of weeks ago, and it's been going strong ever since. I got some JMW apple cream cake in here. It's my Possibly Trevor setup, matte black on matte black, and the vape is so wildly enjoyable that I'm kicking myself in the front parts for ignoring the har for so long. Good God. It's criminal. It's criminal that I've ignored this RTA for so long. Second to lastly is the top side. This has been a little bit like even, there's no living room couch guy this week, but even living room couch guy snuck this a little bit over the weekend. Deep Cuts Mixed Berry Crushes on the inside, Reload Vapor, Reload S RDA on top. I genuinely can't get over how great the hand feel is of this squonk. It's just a thing of beauty. And this Reload S is vaping so good. I mean, that's unbelievable. It's so good. Get out of here. That's awesome. And lastly, yeah, I stole this, Office guy didn't set up anything new and cool on Tuesday, so I had to grab the most prized possession, which is the Skip Around the Room Hexome. Purple Team Single Coil recoil on top, big dorky super matchy purple and green drip tip. JMW Vanilla Rum Custard is on the inside. And look, the weather's been weird. We've had an 80-degree day, and then the next day is rain and cold, and then an 80-degree day, and then the next day is rain and cold. So on the rain and cold days like today, Vanilla Rum Custard, get out of here. Are we getting a little bit of crackle from the single coil in here? It's satisfying to vape. I feel the crackle, but you can't really hear the crackle. But that's literally it. That's all I've been vaping. No, that's a lie. There's an Oxva Slim Pro 3 out here too with Face Meets Mary in it. That is an excellent liquid face meat. Unbelievable liquid, really. Tremendous. I've heard it's one of the best liquids. They say it's the best liquid. That's all from me. That's all from Frying Pan Guy. I'm going to throw it back to that other guy that we watch sometimes. It's Mother Trucking Office Guy. Take it away, Office Guy. Go.
Okay. Geez, Kitchen Guy. You're right. He was a little bit surly this morning using a egg skillet as a microphone holder. What even is that? Yeah, you saw the Nord 6. This is possibly one of my most used minivans. Most likely one of my most used minivans of all time. Mango lemon on the inside. I've been going at that really very hard. Oxva Slim Go Light. I'm gonna have a review for this on Monday. I think I'm gonna have a review for this on Monday. It's in my pods rank that just came out. It's kind of a banging little weird little pod. Hey, look at that. Yeah, it's the Sat Burn with the Dwarf freshly charged battery. Dude, get out of here. That is delicious. And
It's interesting using an 18350 again. I've enjoyed this experience because an 18350 battery and a mouth to lung really lets me feel the battery drop off. I mean, really, it's very pronounced, and I can feel it like over the course of an hour, just battery life just slowly dropping. And then when you put that fresh battery in there, anyway, that's why I love MAKKs. I love this little setup. Rockin'. That's rockin'. This is my favorite, dude. I can't put this down. It's the mix with the Diplomat on top, mouth to lung, breeze tones coils on the inside. They're the 0.5 millimeter bangies. Face Meets Corny is on the inside. True Oleg drip tip on the top. I can't get enough of this. I cannot get enough of this. Are you making fun of my gold minivan in the chat? I told you that in confidence, advocate for liberty. Last thing I've been banging on is the Anunnaki RDA. On top of that, I can't remember the name of this MAKK. It's the EDC mods something. You know, I feel like an asshole. I literally just reviewed this like a month ago, but it's the EDC something or other, and I got some Lady Liberty, the maple cream bar. Maple cream bar is in this. The non-Yoo-hoo maple cream bar. Damn. The Anunnaki vaping, great. Tasting, great. Yeah. I just like this. It's a really great home for the Anunnaki, in my opinion, especially with that beauty ring, that 30 millimeter MAKK. Looks so sick on there. So dope. I kind of prefer the 28 millimeter beauty ring combo to a full 30 millimeter on this particular MAKK, I think. Anyway, that's been delicious. And that's what I've been vaping. I would say I've been using a lot of pods, but really it's kind of been this. It's been the Caliburn G4 Mini. I think a lot. Anyway, I just did a pods ranked. We can all go watch it. But that's me. I was going to have some beer. That's what I've been vaping. I think we can move on now to what you all guys have been vaping. Did you guys see that? Did you guys listen to any of the new RFK podcasts that he has? Dude, it's depressing. It's some of the most depressing shit I've ever heard. They're talking about cheaper cuts of meat. I don't know why I wrote that down. I forgot to say anything. Cheaper cuts of meat. They're like, why don't Americans eat organ meat? And his guest on the podcast was like, why don't Americans just eat dogs? And RFK is just kind of nodding along. I'm like, oh, good. It's good. I'm glad we have the dumbest people imaginable governing us. Spectacular. Let's do Assignment Planet Globe. We have some Assignment Planet Globes and some Cracklegasms tonight, which brings us to no one could hear that, Nick, you dummy. Yes, even louder, man. That's right. It's Assignment America, or as we call it here, Assignment Planet Globe. Also, the Cracklegasm competition. It's happening. I'm pretty sure I forgot to load these all in, but Alex, let's hang on. I got one from here from Alex. Alex writes in. It says, "Here's my full lineup of MAKKs. They definitely need some TLC. That's a lot of metal to clean. I have an attached list as well." Are you ready for this list? Let's check out Alex's MAKK haul here. You lunatic, Alex. That's insane. That's it. That's a bunch of MAKK mods and a bunch of toppers. I don't even know what I could name off the top of my head. There's definitely a Twisted Messes OG over there. I see the VGod MAKK. There's an RDTA on top of that. Couldn't name others. There's a Valhalla RDA over there. I'm not sure what's in the very, very front. Here, let's just go. We got MCV Blackhawk with an MCV Atomic RDA in the back. Yeah, that Atomic RDA. Remember that?
Remember that? MCD Overdose with the Twisted Messes Squared deck and a 13 Heavens 9 Hells cap. I forgot about the 13 Heavens 9 Hells, that it was basically a clone of the Twisted Messes V1. Basically a clone. There's a rig mod V2 with a roughneck V2. There's an authentic VGod mech with the VGod RDTA. The THC Tauren Max mech with the blank AF. M-Turk V2 RDA on top. Oh, that's the Turk. The blank AF Turk. Purge Slim Piece, Pharaoh, and Purge X RDA. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I recognized the Purge X on top, but I wasn't sure the name of it. That's a mutation mech. Hang on, we're not there yet. Gat Tub Crafts Hand Bone 21700 mech and Valhalla 30 millimeter. That's the little the white guy right there. The Purge Enforcer with Mach 1 RDFA by FBM. What? The Switch Up plus Go Mods 3S Lipo with the Steamclave Glass RTA on top. The Avid Life Timekeeper with the Armageddon 20mm deck and Comp Life mini cap. The Avid Life Able with Comp Life sleeve and a Goon 2.5 on top. And then the very front, Vapors Cloud Suicide Mod Suicide Stone Para Series with Nightmare 28 RDA and the Vapors Cloud Hellhound Para Series with Vapors Cloud Asgard 30 on top. Dude, Alex, slick. Thank you for sharing all of your mechs with us. That's a lot of vaping to be had right there. That's a lot of vaping ass to be had right there. It is a nice collection. Maybe some of the copper mods, some of the brass mods need a little bit of love and TLC. But dude, that's sick. You got a rig. Like rigs are hard to come by these days, and they're cool as shit. Hang on, I didn't really Oh no. We got Red Anxiety. Red Anxiety writes in and says, Justin, Red Anxiety writes in and says, hey, Grim Red Anxiety here. Just an update on my setup. Easy to say, this is my favorite setup of all time. Boom. You love to see it. And sick mech. I mean, really sick RDA on top. That is a really sick RDA on top. What a great combo. And Red Anxiety, you get extra bonus points for watching Star Wars in the background. That's Empire Strikes Back. Extra hella bonus points. I bequeath you 2,000 internet points. Yep. Just for watching Star Wars in the background. Can you believe that? Can you imagine? Let's see. Alex Jordan. Oh, look at this. Someone named Jason sent in some Assignment Planet Globe here. And Jason says, hey, Nick, hope you're well. New Voop Gear vape station weekend. I've been working on some office upgrades and finally gathered all of the required components to get it completed. Please consider this my entry for a crackle-free Assignment Planet Globe. Crackle-free Assignment Planet Globe. But then wait, there's more, Jason. Murdered Out Rebirth Trinity Mech. Bottled Violence Georgie on the inside of that Trevor setup. Asgard Sidekick Mech. Taro Indo Cheese Tardas on the inside. Hell yeah. I'm glad you're still vaping that. Dead Goat with the QP Prey Mech. FDH The Great Bip on the inside of there. And the M-Vapes Blaze Max Pro RTA HD M4 2000. Yeah. Oh, that's the Blaze. Okay, the Blaze Max Pro RDTA HD M4 2000 on top of the L200 Classic Aegis mod there. jam monster. These the way that you have this lit, Jason, from behind, it looks like they're, it looks like champions heading off to like save the world or something, like they're superheroes headed off to save the planet. And then we got Jason's the Jason station, Jason's Bussy Goon station. You love to see it. Vertical monitors everywhere. I have a similar Bussy Goon station. It's not quite as cool, but that's a cool station. I admire how clean your desk is there, Jason, because my desk can just never be clean. It just can't, and that's fine. I've come to terms with that. It'll never be clean. It just can't. I'll always have 1,000 batteries on here. I'll always have bottles of liquid and toppers and just random. You know what I have over here? O-ring. O-ring, just in case someday I need that specific O-ring, I can remember exactly where it is on my desk. You have a very clean desk, Jason. Very, very clean desk. Assignment Planet Globes, you love to see it. All right, well, let's get into some Cracklegasms here. Nate writes in and says, "Hey, Nick, this is my third time quitting combustibles. The first time was back in 2009. I worked construction. The technology just wasn't there yet. It was too convenient to get a pack. The second time was the heyday around 2013. Ran through a rough patch, went back to smokes. Hopefully I'm here to stay, though. I will say I missed the vape scene of the mid-2010s. Maybe it will come back, though. I'm very sorry about your dad. Oh, he says, my family's been praying for you and your dad. Oh, thank you so much. Love what you do for everyone, and I hope you can keep it up for years to come. The world needs voices like yours now more than ever. Take care. God bless." Oh, thank you, Nate. Dude, Nate. That's a hell yeah, Nate. Let's see what Nate's up to here. Of course, it's going to load it sideways unless I do it this way. Hang on, Nate. Hang on. Let's make sure the volumes are all up. And let's hear Nate's crackle. High tone, high pitched. It sounds like real kind of clicky, tasery. Like maybe even a little Velcro-y. Dude. Yeah, it's kind of like a textbook taser. That's tasery. That's tasery in an RDA. That's tasery. Man, Nate, I wish you'd done the vape through. I wish you did the vape through. I don't think that that's an official rule. That's a hippo rule. But man, I would have been interested to hear that vape through. Would have been interested. Otherwise, that's a fairly solid crackle. That's a fairly solid crackle. Why can't I organize anything in my life? I only saved one. Oh no, we got CJ. There's a CJ. Is there a CJ here? Hang on. Yeah, CJ writes in and says, "Good morrow, my lord. My name is CJ. Here's a crackle entry. BMM, Lil Pop, Proto, and Alpha NFG, Reds, Tripwire, and Maviton X." Maviton X. That's the key, I think.
Still a little crackle.
Oh, he's got double view, so he's going to vape through it too.
Crackle check for y'all.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Boom. Good. Good crackle. You could just tell when they bring out a... Yeah. That's the superior crackle. I think the second crackle's the better crackle. Okay, that's a good crackle. These are both good crackles. Really crunchy crackles. But I think the second one is the superior crackle. What do you think? The vape through on the second crackle is better. That's my judgment. Listen, that sounds great. Gets a little crunchy at the end. The second crackle is my choice. CJ. Hell yeah, dude. The vape through on the second crackle is everything. Yeah. Yep. CJ. Yep. That second crackle vape through bangs. Bangs. CJ, that bangs. Seriously bangs. He was using MAV. The MAV X. Yeah, Maviton X. The BMM Bootlegger and Alpha BMM Edition. Reds Clackers and Maviton X. Everybody's on that Maviton, you know. Everybody's on that Maviton. The second feels a more heavier of a crackle. That's good terminology, Trevor. That's solid ass terminology. Heavier. It is a heavier crackle. That's good. Sup, Raw. Chillin'. Ern's headed home. Wish him the best. Drive safely. Hopefully it's not raining. I got Dolph Jami here. I got give me the last two here. Hello, hello and happy 2026, Nick. It's Zyman, also known as Dolph Jami. First Cracklegasm for me this year. Wish you all the best. Oh, and one of my other crackles that got lost somewhere, so I'll add it here too. All right, we got two Dolph Jamis. We got two. We got dueling Dolph Jamis. Hang on, Dolph Jami. We see this? Oh, I think we saw this one. I think we saw this one, Dolph Jami. Yeah. Yes. 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 I think we've heard this one. I use FDH Wicks too. See, that's a good vape through. Is this the new one? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That is a power. Yeah, that monkey pants, that is a powerful crackle. You can hear him put it in his mouth, too. That's what she said. But you can hear him. I want to vape that crackle so much. Yeah, Boros almost need their own section. Because it's not even fair, though. Like, Boro Crackle can never, like, RDA Crackle will always be less. I mean, maybe unless you're Frank. Frank seems to get some crazy RDA Crackle. But it seems like, for the most part, Boro Crackle, RTA Crackle seem to be, like, the hardest crackle. It's got to be because of the reduced chamber on the inside, right? It has to be. Yeah, I think Dolph Jami 2 here is going to take it tonight. That's a good one. Yeah, I love that. I love this crackle. I love this crackle. You can make an RDA crackle like that, but once you put the top cap on, it mutes the crackle a lot. I've noticed that it mutes it when I vape it. If I have a crackly RDA, as soon as I start applying like wind force, it oh, that's not crackly. But even if you have a dinky little crackle, wind, like the air flow, seems to kill it. Yeah, Dolph Jami. Damn, Doff Jami, that's a banger. I think that's taking it tonight. I think the Doff Jami 2 is going to take it tonight. And it's because it's a great crackle, low, heavy, crunchy, but the firing it and then letting it continue to fire while you put it in your mouth and vape it, that's gold. It lets you hear the full range of the crackle. You know, you hear it from nothing. You hear it in the echo of the mouth. You hear it through the drag. He checked all the boxes there, Doff Jami. Well done, Doff Jami. Well done. That's great. Well, listen, if you think you have a better crackle, I would really like to hear it. We would all really like to hear it, actually. Send them on over to me. Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Just mark your subject. Crackle anything. It can be Cracklegasm. It can be Crackle Nation. It can be Crackle Life. It can be Crackle City, Utah. I don't care. As long as crackle is in there, send them to me. Huh? You think you can do better? See, that's called bucking on someone. That's called bucking on someone. You think you can do better? Send them on over. Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Just mark crackle. Additionally, if you have like a sick desk check, you know, you got some beaters, you got some bangers, you got your daily drivers, you got the mods that you bought that are so nice that you never use them, I would like to see those as well. I love seeing people's, you know, collections. I like seeing all the tube mechs lined up. I like seeing your RTAs. So please send them over to me, Nick@GrimmGreen.com. Assignment Planet Globe or Cracklegasm or just something to get my attention, Nick@GrimmGreen.com. I would love to see them. I would love to share them all over this stream, all the hell over this stream. Okay. Well, let's moving forward right along in this vlog. You know, we're going to make a good time tonight, I think, too. MTL RBA's crackle. Yeah, my Diplomat, before I re-wicked it, was crackling wildly. I get a little... Man, it's like a little crackly, crunchy little sound, but it's nowhere near where it was the first time I wicked this up. Yeah, share your shelf. Share your shelf. Share it with me. Not throwing shade. Oh, someone's throwing shade. Not throwing shade, but I noticed TGC doesn't make a mouth seal on drip tips to retain more crackle. Yeah, that's kind of a... You use your mouth to echo the crackle a little bit. I've seen that done. I've seen that done. Who was our yo-yo in Romania? Rose. Rose used to do that as well. You know, kind of have it echo in your mouth a little bit, never fully sealing your lips on the drip tip, which to me, like, that's the best part of the crackle. You seal those lips on your tip. If I had said that on Instagram, at least 500 people would have called me gay. But I'm glad we're more mature than that. Yeah, sealing your lips on the tip, that's the best part of the crackle. That's the best part of the crackle. I wouldn't slipstream a crackle. I wouldn't slipstream a crackle any day. Dell. Well, Smartin, I guess I spoke too soon. Guess I spoke too soon. All right, let's we're going here. We're going for let's do... Dang, I guess it is a little bit news heavy in the front of the vlog, huh? And then we do retro vapes, liquid tasting, and bans. It's just awkward when I don't have any mail, because mail usually breaks up the vlog kind of a little bit. But we're just going to get into it. This is the coolest thing I saw all week. Yeah. Some pretty cool things this week, you guys. In fact, I have like 2 to 3 cool things that I saw this week. The first one is anybody familiar? No, where did it go? Where'd you go? Oh, is anybody familiar? This is a homework assignment. This is kind of going to be a homework assignment, okay? Once upon a time, the federal government was running a bunch of experiments that they thought had to do with telekinesis. So they would set up these experiments and see if anybody had telekinesis. Nobody had telekinesis, but like a byproduct of these experiments was something called the Ganzfeld effect. Has anybody heard of this? Has anybody heard of this? The Ganzfeld effect? No? The Ganzfeld effect. Now this comes from Arctic hunters, which is a weird thing. But imagine you're a hunter in the Arctic area and all you can see on your horizon is white snow and the sky is just cloudy white snow and you can't see a horizon. People were reporting that when they spent time in an Arctic area where all they could see was white ground, white snow, white sky, that they would hallucinate things. Well, it turns out that that's a very real thing called the Ganzfeld effect. And I want everyone to try this experiment. I haven't been brave enough to try it. Yet. But the Ganzfeld effect, the Ganzfeld effect happens when your brain is starved of visual simulation and fills in the blanks on its own. This changes your perception and causes unusual visual and auditory patterns. It can even lead to hallucinations. The thing is, our brains don't like being deprived of input. Our brains like seeing things and monitoring the world around us, and hearing things to monitor the world around us. And our brain is always in a constant state of, checking on things. Everywhere you look, you're checking on things. The cabinet's still there. Your brain goes, good. That cabinet is still there. I can see that cabinet is still there. Your brain doesn't like being deprived of its senses. And so what you can do, much like a sensory deprivation tank, snow blindness, right? Try this. No drugs, no stimulants, no nothing. You essentially take, there's no better picture, how to create the Ganzfeld effect. To achieve the Ganzfeld effect, not glands. We're not talking anatomy here. Ganzfeld effect. The way to achieve a Ganzfeld effect is to create that all-important uniform field of vision. Okay, so basically they say to take a ping pong ball, cut it in half, cover your eyes with the halves of the ping pong balls and tape them down to your face so that when you open your eyes, all you see is smooth white everywhere. Smooth white everywhere. Yeah, it's not Ganzfeld. Smooth white everywhere, right? And then you would shine a light on yourself, much like this, just a bright light. So when I open my eyes, I can just see white. And then you have noise-canceling headphones on that are playing white noise in your ears. And apparently, you can just sit there on your couch with ping pong balls over your eyeballs and white noise on your headphones. And they say that within 30-ish minutes, most everybody will hallucinate in one way or another. Sometimes people will just see colors. Sometimes people will just see shapes. But people who have done this have reported full-on hallucinating landscapes and people and buildings and sounds. Your brain will start making you hear things because it's being deprived of its senses. Your homework that I want you to do and report back is the Ganzfeld effect. I don't want to see your glands. I should have never said Ganzfeld. That was my first mistake. No, Ganzfeld effect. Ganzfeld. You can do it for free, Birdman. You can do it for free. For the cost of a ping pong ball cut in half, you can do it for free. Cut a ping pong ball in half, put it over your eyes, noise-canceling earphones, white noise, sit on your couch with your eyes open. Supposedly, they say that everybody hallucinates in one way or another.
They say that everybody hallucinates. That's kind of wild, dude. That your brain just does that. Your brain goes, where's the images? Where's the sound? Where's the images? Where's the sound? And your brain starts like panicking and goes, we better create some. We don't like not having stimulus, so we're going to create hallucinations that we think we're seeing with our eyes. That's crazy. Your brain doesn't make any sense. Your brains don't make any sense. Gundam check? Oh, listen, I'm not against the idea of a weekly Gundam check, as long as you particularly, Bell, do the Ganzfeld experiment. Try a Ganzfeld experiment. Try it. Should we try it next week on the stream? Yeah, your brain is... I had another Nick Guy, the Science Man, that was a little bit brain-based as well. Here's the last thing I wanted to mention. Did you know, this is something I had no idea. Did you know that, you know how sometimes Americans will see, like a Japanese street corner, and it's just a kind of a boring Japanese street corner, but because it's in Japan, there's kind of like this mystique around it, and we go, ooh, Japan. Well, that's suddenly much, you see it in like a different frame. You go, oh, if that's America, then that's just some dirty street corner. But if it's Japan, oh, now it's like, ooh, mysterious. And now it's maybe not so bad. Maybe it doesn't look so dirty anymore. Maybe it looks a little bit cleaner because now your brain knows that it's in Japan. We have this fascination with things like that. Other people in other countries like Japan and like Poland have a similar fascination with us, similar fascination with American culture, whatever you would call it, freeways and big trucks and burgers and drive-thrus and trailer parks and all those things. Other countries have a fascination with that. And in Poland, you can basically sign up for the equivalent of a Renaissance fair, but themed to rural America. In Poland, they LARP as Americans. Did you know this? Did anybody know this? In Poland, they LARP as Americans. So in Japan, there are certain aspects of American society and culture that they've just become fascinated with. You can find a lot of Japanese people that are really into like rockabilly stuff. And they do the big pompadour and they wear leather jackets and they get out on the street and they dance in these big groups. And like American greaser culture is dead and gone in America, but lives on in Japan. Poland does a similar thing. That is wild to me. Time's running out if you want to join this year's 4th of July LARP. What the event describes as a trailer park LARP about the broken American dream. So it's a little bit depressing. 4th of July is a social drama focusing on the death of the American dream. The game faces stereotypes about the poor, backwater parts of America and shows the human face of those ridiculed by pop culture. The players star as the inhabitants of a trailer park, poor Americans riddled with problems. It's a story about hope, looking and finding your place, both in the country and society. So you go to a built... It's a built... GrimmGreen reviews... It's a built trailer park. This is the craziest thing. It's a built trailer park. They build out a full-on trailer park with like American flags and Budweiser beer and bars and flags, and they just look at them. Look at the Poles. Look at the Polish people acting like Americans getting arrested. Look at that. They're just wearing the vest and everything. Chilling. Listen to CDs. They all wear American flags. They wear like USA, red, white, and blue. Denim Dan there. and it's a LARP. Like they're all acting, and you can go attend and pretend that you're in America, and you can walk up to one of these people and they'll be in character like a Renaissance fair, but they're LARPing as Americans. Am I the only one who's dying to go to this? Yes, this is revenge for all of the Polish jokes. Yes, 1,000%. This is revenge for all the Polish jokes. 1,000%. It's amazing. Yeah, acting. They're acting. You could get arrested by an American cop. Look at him taking out the trash. Taking out the trash. Yeah, they dance at rodeos, and look at this guy in the background. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know, dude. That could be Anytown, USA, of the dude in the trunks chugging a beer. That could be the dude you went to college with right there. I find this so insanely fascinating. I don't know what they're doing there. Cooking up meth for clavicular, probably. Don't know what's exactly is going on. But they LARP. Much in the same way that Americans will reenact the Civil War or go to a Renaissance fair. Poland, dude. Poland. Let's go. Yeah, you can lose your you lose your trailer for not being able to afford insulin. Hopefully not, but still I love this. I just like the idea of cultures being fascinated by each other. I find that wildly entertaining that there's large groups of people in Japan that are fascinated by US culture, and then there's huge swaths of Americans that are fascinated by Japanese culture. Yeah, I love to see it. You love to see it. Do we cosplay? Do we do any Australian culture here in the US? I mean, we had a brief love affair with Crocodile Dundee. I think that's the most that Americans got exposed to Australia. It was like Kangaroo Jack, Crocodile Dundee, Maybe Poland does a LARP for Straya. Not really sure. Yeah, is that what they were cooking up? But look how accurate. Look at that dude's beard. Look at this look at this chick with the pump action shotgun in the back of a car. That could be America. This could be. Look at that picture. That could be America. It's funny that I want to go to this. I'm dying to go to this. I would love, TJ, you and me both, I would love to go to that. I think that's fascinating. Beyond fascinating. There was one more thing. This, we all saw this, right? I don't care about this. Trump posted this. It's whatever. He's Christ. He's healing Hunter Biden, possibly, light in his hands. I think he got told to say that the photo was doctored, but he said he was portraying a doctor. So, there's a lot of eyes on this. But we all saw this, though, right? Do you see it? Do you see what's going on in the clouds? Do you see what's going on? That's Odorous. That's Odorous Urungus, Prime Minister of the Sinister, Cavalier of Chaos, and professional shuffleboard player. That is Odorous Urungus of Gwar in the clouds. You can't convince me otherwise. That's Odorous. 1,000%. 2,000%. I don't know who's next to him. That's not the rest of the band members of Gwar. Yeah, super. Yeah, super. You want to talk about blasphemy, dude. This is, this would be a picture in the dictionary about blasphemy, but that's Odorous. Am I wrong, dude? That's Odorous. Maggots! Maggots! The maggots are falling like rain. The maggot master is apparently helping the doctor doctor up Hunter Biden there. The original picture apparently didn't have Odorous.
But that's odorous. I don't care what you say. Yeah, it is canon now. It's maggots. Maggots. The maggots are falling like rain. It happened. It's subtle. It's subtle. Everybody's focused on down here. Nobody's looking at the top. Nobody's looking for our old boy, Odorous Urungus, Prime Minister of the Sinister, Cavalier of Chaos, and professional shuffleboard player. We're going to leave Odorous down there for the rest of the stream. He's going to bring us good luck because he's coming from the heavens. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it. It's Odorous. It's Odorous. It's like unmistakably. That photo gave me COVID. That's funny. You're that's comedy. You guys are funny. You guys are real funny. But yeah, so please everybody do the Ganzfeld experiment. Do it for me because I'm too wuss to do it. Maybe on a Sunday or maybe on a day if Casey's traveling and I have some free time, I'll have no shed time. I'll do the ping pong balls on my eyes. I'll sit on the couch. I'll see if I can hallucinate. Dell. Yeah. Odorous, famously the Lordy wannabe. Here's the thing. I used to like Lordy. I used to really like Lordy. And now their new album is horrific. It's horrifically bad. It's horrifically terribly bad. The worst bad. It's the most worst bad. Dude, I got nothing tonight, man. I just got a beer and my own, general energy. I can't help it that I like Vlog Day and that I have fun doing this. I'm reading that it doesn't work for a lot of people, and all the commercial goggles they sell have mixed reviews. You're talking about for the Ganzfeld experiment? Yeah. Yeah. The Ganzfeld experiment. Wouldn't hurt to try. What's the worst? I guess the worst that would happen is you'd sit there for like an hour, bored, waiting for something to happen. You're like, no colors and nothing. I don't even get a shape. I don't even get a cube. I can't even watch a cube. Yeah, I still like me some old Lordy. Blood Red Sandman, get out of here. That's a good song. There's no way around it. That's a good song. So please try the Ganzfeld experiment. Book a ticket to Poland quick before 4th of July and listen to Guar. Just listen to it. Dirtle, we're out for blood tonight. This is the beer we're drinking. We're out for blood tonight. It's a blood orange wheat beer. I heard they recently added more hops. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get to the good news. This is wildly good news. I need to think of another word other than saying wild all the time. It's worked its way into my nomenclature, and it's worked its way into my lexicon, I should say. Wild. I need to stop. Does anybody have another word for wild? Give me a better word than wild. But this is incredible news, you guys. We're about to have some pretty incredible news, and that means that it's time to do the thing. And let's go. And now, I had more than one thing I thought I did. Nope, apparently not. We're just doing one. We're just doing one thing. We're doing a single news item tonight. Really, I didn't have any more than that. Listen, I'm not going to push it. But we are going to do some, it's just going to be a little bit of story time. Doing a little bit of story time with GrimmGreen. Real quick before that, I didn't see the poll. Okay, good. Thank you, everybody, for voting that social media should not be regulated like cigarettes. many people, including our old former Surgeon General, they're all coming out of the woodwork to talk about how dangerously addictive social media is and how the only solution is to regulate it exactly like cigarettes. And I think that's the dumbest idea I have ever heard a human come up with. I think ever. I think that's insanely silly. I think it's insanely silly. Social media is addictive. I flip Instagram reels when I should be doing lots of other things. I've extended time on the in the Voop throne just because you're flipping reels. And you look at the clock and you go, oh, it's only 9:30. Flip. Before you know it, you're like, oh shit, it's 10:15? What? I just sat here for 45 minutes flipping reels? Maybe that's true, and maybe it is addictive. But the doom scrolling, right? It's the doom scrolling. It happens, But also, is the solution more government surveillance in your life? That's the question that we need to ask, not whether or not social media is addictive, but whether or not the government should be the ones, to protect you from doom scrolling. I'll believe that they care about kids being addicted to vaping. I'll believe them when they say that they care about kids being addicted to social media. I'll believe them as soon as anybody from the Trumpstein class is arrested. Until then, fuck all the way off. Empty words falling on deaf ears. You can't tell me to my face that you care about kids and then just shrug your shoulders at the Epstein files. You can't. Sorry, I don't accept it. Can't accept it. But what we can certainly not shrug our shoulders at, Cliff Douglas, you guys. Cliff Douglas is a hell of a guy. I have so much respect for this man. I'm going to try to leave this down here because this is what we're going to be reading. I want to leave his name up there. Cliff Douglas. If you're a viewer of this channel or a viewer of these streams, then you know who Cliff Douglas is. You know. Sorry, I just need a quick vape break, If you've watched this stream, if you know me at all in any capacity, you know who Cliff Douglas is. Former tobacco controller. He was, the head of the American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network. He is an esteemed, intellectual professor, University of Michigan. He's got credentials for days. Eternal credentials. Eternal credentials Cliff Douglas has. And so we're just going to read from Cliff Douglas's Substack about the new 2025 National Youth Tobacco Survey data. He is one voice that I absolutely will listen to. One of the most trustworthy voices. Cliff he's a legend. He's a pimp. He's Cliff Douglas, He's Cliff Mother Truckin' Douglas. I don't need a government to save me from myself. Yep. You don't. It's generally, I don't feel like it's the government's job to save you from yourself. I think I don't want to go on a big rant. Informed consent. That's all. That's my pure baseline political ideology is informed consent. I get to do whatever I want as long as I have informed consent. Cliff, pimp. Let's read. This is called, obviously, From Crisis to Progress, what the 2025 National Youth Tobacco Survey really shows. For years, close this. For years, the public conversation about youth nicotine use has been dominated by alarm, but the latest federal data tells a different story, one of rapid progress, and one of the most important public health victories of our time. That's Cliff Douglas saying this. One of the most important public health victories of our time. We have nearly ended cigarette smoking among American youth. As my University of Michigan colleague Dr. Kenneth Warner wrote in the American Journal of Public Health last year, the decrease in cigarette smoking among American youth is one of the greatest public health triumphs of the present century. Present century, dude. Yet few people are talking about this. Have you, in the chat, heard anybody in any sort of media outlet, mainstream, alternative, chud, or otherwise, talking about the lowest youth smoking rates that we've ever seen as a species? No, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's celebrating it. And he asks an important question. Shouldn't we be shouting this progress from the mountaintops? Yeah, dude, we should. I'm trying, but this is as high as it can go. This is the mountaintop. This is my mountaintop of Twitch. And I'm trying to shout it as loud as I can, but this is as high as the mountaintop goes for me. Other people who have access to higher mountaintops should be shouting it even louder. Cliff agrees, yes, we should. And given the preliminary 2025 National Youth Tobacco Survey data released this week, in the foreseeable future, we may be saying exactly the same thing about overall youth nicotine use. Total tobacco use among middle and high school students fell from 8.1% in 2024 to 7.5% in 2025. Most strikingly, youth cigarette smoking remained unchanged and historically low at 1.4%. Cliff says that this number would have seemed unimaginable just a generation ago. He says, e-cigarettes were first measured in the survey in 2011. About 1.5% of high school students reported past month use. By 2015, that number had climbed to 16%, and it eventually peaked at 27.5% in 2019. We all remember 2019. That was the peak. That was the peak of youth vaping. Then something remarkable happened. Past 30-day use of e-cigarettes among high school students has since plummeted to about 7.1%. That's a 74% drop from that brief and fad-driven peak. Overall, youth vaping now stands at 5.2%, its lowest level in a decade. And even more striking, just 1.4% of teens report vaping daily. Huh! Now, about that 30-day past use. Yep, I agree. Caretaker, the science is clear. Nicotine is not a health issue. In fact, many studies show they cure a lot of things and treat a lot of other issues. Be careful, caretaker. I'm going to just say be careful, because there are lots of charlatans on the internet who are saying that nicotine does a lot more than it does. It's not a miracle drug or a wonder drug. It's literally just a nootropic that helps some people's brains, and that's kind of about it. It doesn't, Dr. Artis is out there saying that nicotine gets rid of glioblastoma tumors. That's made up shit. Nicotine doesn't shrink or diminish glioblastoma tumors in any way at all. It's not real life. Because people don't know a lot about nicotine, charlatans can get on the internet and tell people about nicotine, and because they don't know about nicotine, they'll just believe things about nicotine. So we do need to be careful. It's not the dangerous part of cigarettes. It is actually beneficial to the majority of people would benefit most likely from nicotine. And it can treat a lot of things in the brain. Last week we talked about the mind study, though. The mind study failed. They wanted to use nicotine dosing to improve mild cognitive impairment. This was a big, this was like a 5-year study done at Vanderbilt University. And they went in thinking that nicotine has shown promise to help mild cognitive impairment. And then when they did this whole big study with a bunch of people, the conclusion they came to at the end was like, oh, no, okay, it doesn't really help mild cognitive improvement. It may anecdotally, in a few people here and there, help things like attention and focus, maybe mild cognitive impairments, but in a scientific setting across large groups of people, it doesn't. It just doesn't. And that's the science, and that's, you respect it, You respect it. Mostly I just have an issue with Dr. Artist. Just don't listen to that guy. He's so wrong about nicotine, it's goofy. It's goofy. Let's get back. It does treat glioblastoma tumors. We're trying it in herbal alternatives. I wish you the best, caretaker. I really, truly do wish you the best. There isn't a lick of science showing that nicotine in any capacity will treat a glioblastoma tumor. I'm certainly not trying to raid on your parade, but I am a man of science. There are ways to treat glioblastoma tumors, but it's not going to be nicotine. It's not, and that's the hard part. Science is cold and unforgiving, and if the results don't provide an answer, it's like, you try the experiment again, you're going to get the same results. Peer review it with some people, you're going to get the same results. There's no science anywhere. Dr. Artist kind of just made that up. He just kind of made it up. But listen, don't be deterred, treat things the way that you want to treat them, bodily autonomy and the such as, I'm rooting for you, caretaker. I'm not a praying man, but I'll pray for you if you want me to. Let's get back to Cliff Douglas here. He explains 30-day past use, and I'm really glad he did this for the normal people that haven't been in the vape industry for like 15 years like us. One reason these numbers can shift so dramatically lies in how they are measured. Past 30-day use is a standard survey metric often described as current use, but it's a blunt instrument. In many cases, it simply means that a person tried a vape once in the past month. Back in 2019, many teens experimented with Juul e-cigarettes when the brand captured their attention with a boost from aggressive education campaigns. And as vaping lost its novelty for many young people, that experimentation subsequently declined. The result is what we see today, a sharp and sustained drop in youth vaping. In recent years, federal public health agencies themselves stopped describing youth vaping as an epidemic. The term was always questionable, but there is no question that the data no longer supports that characterization. It's time to be more honest with the public about what is happening and what is not. Yes, 1,000 times. It's always time to be more honest with the public about what's happening and what's not. Yes, especially about nicotine, the relative risks from tobacco smoking, carcinogens to clean, vaporized nicotine. It's crazy that just that information would probably save, tens of thousands of lives, maybe even more. Think about how many lives have been saved and how many people have quit smoking despite the government's best efforts to stop us from doing that. That is a testament to what vaping can actually do. What about nicotine pouches? The survey tracked nicotine pouches
The numbers remain very low. Since the first survey began measuring pouches in 2021, past 30-day use has not gone anywhere. It's around 2.3%. That represents a very gradual increase, nothing like the explosive and temporary growth seen in vaping in 2019, and this bodes well for the future. These youth trends are encouraging, but they also highlight where our attention is most urgently needed. Adults who have smoked cigarettes for decades still bear the overwhelming burden of smoking-related disease. Yeah, dude. Among Americans aged 55 and older, smoking rates have barely moved. 18.7% in 2016 compared to 16.7% in 2023. Every younger age group has experienced much steeper declines. This is a tragedy, but one we can mitigate. These are the people, our moms and dads, aunts and uncles, grandparents, and beloved neighbors who have the most to gain from quitting or switching away from cigarettes. Yet, they are also the population that is undeserved by cessation and switching efforts. I love this section the most out of the more than anything I've ever read. Adult smokers are the ones in the most need of this technology, and they're the ones that it's getting gatekept for because of youth. They blame the youth as to why adults can't have these products. I don't know how FDA and CDC are going to exactly spin these numbers, if they even release press releases at all about these numbers, because I don't know how, with the lowest youth smoking rates our country has ever seen and the lowest youth vaping rates ever recorded by humans, how you could use that to justify ripping this technology away from adults. You know, FDA has really painted themselves into a corner because they justified ripping this away from adults because of youth for so long, that what happens when the youth stop vaping? What happens when the youth stop vaping and stop smoking? What justification is FDA going to drum up to keep these life-saving products from the market? I don't know. They've painted themselves right into a corner. Right into a corner. The path forward. Yes. Now is the moment to widen the lens. Protecting young people will always remain essential, but we must also ensure that older adults who smoke have access to better cessation support, are well informed about the benefits of alternatively replacing cigarettes with far safer non-combustible forms of nicotine delivery, like vaping and pouches, and much better chances at improved health. The path forward is not youth or adults, it's both. We have the scientific understanding and the tools to address multiple complex public health challenges at once. Dang! Cliff Douglas is saying out loud what we're all thinking. We have the scientific understanding and the tools to address multiple complex public health challenges at once. Unreal. That means accelerating support for adults who smoke, especially those 55 and older who have struggled to quit for years. I'm not quite there yet, Cliff Douglas, but I feel very seen by that. If we want the next major advance in public health, the task is clear. Target combustible tobacco use. Smoking, which remains the world's leading preventable cause of death. And while we reinforce the extraordinary progress being made by our kids, let's also dramatically expand our efforts to help longtime adult smokers finally leave their cigarettes behind. Cliff Douglas. These are some of the best National Youth Tobacco Survey numbers we have ever had, ever in the history of the National Youth Tobacco Survey. I mean, youth smoking is gone. Youth vaping has all but disappeared. 74% drop since 2019. So we come back around to the question of how is FDA going to justify ripping these products from adults while there's no youth vaping anymore, while there's no youth smoking anymore. I'm assuming that goalposts will be moved. You know, everybody likes to talk about,
oh, well, now it's an addiction. Addiction is the scary word. Not cancer, not emphysema, not COPD, not lung disease, not strokes. No, just addiction has become the worst scourge of the planet. Vaping's going to win. Vaping's going to win. It might look cooked and we might feel cooked right now, but the testament that literally millions of Americans have already quit smoking before the government could even get involved. And then the government got involved and told people to stop vaping, but they didn't. They just kept quitting smoking cigarettes, and they kept quitting smoking cigarettes, and they kept quitting smoking cigarettes, so much so that people started to worry about tobacco taxes. States had to protect their tobacco tax revenue by banning and limiting flavored vaping products. Too many people quit smoking, you guys. And I think that's just a testament to how incredible this technology is and the fact that it can succeed. I mean, wildly succeed. There it is again, wildly. I said it again. Wildly succeed despite the government's best efforts at stopping us at every possible turn. Every possible turn. You think more teenagers are likely to try marijuana than vapes and cigarettes at this point? Yeah, that and, dude, I keep coming back to that line from the Family Guy where Lois says, I won't stand for fist fighting at school. And then Brian says, oh, Lois, can you hear us all the way back there in the 50s? That's what this feels like a little bit. It's like in some states where they're like, well, we're going to ban this book because it has filth in it. I don't want a kid reading a book that talks about sex or boobies or drugs or anything. So we need to protect kids from reading this book. And I look at these politicians and I think, dude, have you never been on the internet? You know that kids aren't going to go to a library and check out a dirty book anymore. They're not going to go to the school library and go, hey, bro, they talk about sex in this book. We should read this book that has sex in it. Hey, can you hear us all the way back there in the 1950s? You're worried about a book that talks about sex, but the internet is widely available to every citizen of the world, just overflowing with filth? You mean to tell me that you're more concerned about a book? Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Younger generations are not like, they're watching influencers, like Clavicular, who are talking about looks maxing and doing meth. Oh yeah, I do meth. I microdose meth to keep my cheeks. I microdose meth. I'm like, oh, that explains your whole personality, Clavicular. He's a looks maxing guy who encourages people to do meth and break their bones and get surgeries, unnecessary surgeries. Vaping should be literally the least of any youth concern. Vaping is a nothing burger for kids, dude. Nothing burger. With things that kids have access to these days. Vaping, dude, you're worried about nicotine for kids? Okay. Well, can you hear us all the way back there in the 1950s? Jeez, get up to speed, dude. Your kids aren't paying attention in school because they're watching influencers smoke meth. You're worried about books. You're worried about vaping. It's like, I don't know. I'm bad with analogies. I wish I was better with analogies. And I'm not shitting on, hey, meth isn't all that bad. More for you. I'm not going to do it, but hey, more for you, But Clavicular telling people he smokes meth to keep his looks maxing up? We are cooked. I mean, that generation is done. Done. Yeah, there's PDF files all over Roblox. There's PDF files literally running our government and then getting away with it. Has anybody been held accountable? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So thank you, Cliff Douglas. Thank you for your wise words, Cliff Douglas. Appreciate you, Cliff Douglas. And I'll put a link in the description to that beautiful piece that he wrote on his Substack. Highly recommend reading it, sharing it around. Read it, absorb it. So when someone asks you, oh, what about, are you kids vaping a lot? You go, no, well, off the top of my head, I know that there's been a 75% drop in youth vaping since its peak in 2019. I know that youth cigarette smoking is down to about 1.5%. Just off the top of your head, off the top of your head. It's like a whole other form of cheating. The answers are in your brain, man. The answers are in your brain. I don't have any other news. I thought I had something else. Turns out I don't. Let me just verify that it turns out I don't. Yeah, it turns out I don't. Nope. Turns out I don't. We're going to talk about that next week. 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 All right. Well, that's all the news and advocacy that I could think to talk about. It's the National Youth Tobacco Survey data. Otherwise, there's been no movement anywhere for anything ever at all, ever. Marty McCary, head of FDA, has done nothing to move the needle in favor of flavored vaping, despite, pretty sure someone promised, RFK is seemingly doing nothing to move the needle in any meaningful way about less harmful nicotine products. In fact, pouches aren't really even getting fast-tracked anymore like they were supposed to be getting fast-tracked. Just a lot of, cronyism and FDA making sure that that big tobacco gets the biggest share of the market. They're going to play capitalism with their friends, while the rest of us. It's like last week when we were talking about RJ Reynolds trying to get vape imports banned, and I was making fun of them because they couldn't compete in the marketplace, and they needed the federal government to ban all of their competition so that they could be successful. Ford just said the same thing. Ford said we can't allow any importing of cars because it would ruin the company and Ford wouldn't be able to survive. And all I can think is, you're a capitalist. What do you mean you can't survive in the marketplace? Your products aren't good enough? Your company isn't good enough to compete in the vibrant marketplace of capitalism? You need the federal government to sort of bend the guide rails right to you so that your company can be successful? Oh, okay, Ford. Oh, okay, RJ Reynolds. I guess you can't compete in the marketplace of capitalism. Burn it all down. We're burning it down. We are burning it down. Okay. So good times, you guys. What I would like to do right now is relax just a little bit. We're going to chill out for a second, and we're going to GrimmGreen reviews a vape thing that he's never even tried before. Ding! All right, give me 1 sec here. Dude, we're not even at 2 hours yet. Let me get a spare battery. Let me get a, hey, Dangleclax. Hey, Dangleclax. That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, except we have to vote. Oh, man. What am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. I put this out here like we had chosen, but we had not chosen yet. All right. I'm going to put a poll in the chat real quickly. Obviously not. Yes. New poll. We got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a mystery box. Cheap oligarch mode right now. Cheap Cheap oligarch mode. Oligarch mode. Okay, there's a poll in the chat. We're going to vote. 1, 2, 3. Please vote now. If you don't vote immediately, you may not get to vote if you wait too long. You know? That's the new song. If you don't vote immediately, then you might get to vote if you wait too long. If you don't get a vote, then you're not gonna vote. Too late. Let's do something. What's in the box? What's in the box? Now the mystery box. Can always count on the mystery box. Yep, nobody. Number 1, not doing great. Number 2, nobody. No love for number 2. Yeah, I've tried that before. This has been out here before. No one ever votes for it. Number 3, getting a little bit of love. The mystery box is really getting the most love. But, you know, how do you guys know I don't just put things in the mystery box that you never voted for before? And then you all suddenly start voting for it. You all suddenly start voting for it just because it's in a mystery box. You guys. But it's a mystery box. It's a mystery box. It's a mystery box. I am thirsty. How did you know? Oh, is it because Brett Michael told me to hydrate 1,000 times? Yeah. Oh shit. Let's hydrate. Yeah. Well, let's hydrate. Let's let this timer run out, and then we'll absolutely hydrate. I do need to hydrate. That was a lot of talking. That was like 2 straight hours of talking. Nick, any leads on finding a Vandy Simple X Squonk kit? 2018 gear is hard to find these days. 33 wraps, dude. You know, I am not sure. You're more than welcome to ask anybody in the chat. Maybe someone will have one. Secondhand market is going to be the, that's going to be the place to go. Mystery box still winning. Mystery box still winning. Still winning. Is it between the mystery box and number 3? Oh, fascinating. Oh, fascinating even. A boat is a boat. But the mystery boxes could be anything. Even a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those. A boat is a boat, Lois. It's true. The pull of the mystery box. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The mystery box wins. Oh, man. Are you guys ready to be disappointed? Are you guys ready for this? Here, I'll try to... let me try to show you the deck first. I'll just put the deck down. Just put the deck down. Oh, shit. Yeah. Am I not doing this right? Oh. Oh, God. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is effed. This is an effed RDA. Hang on, I gotta pop this coil out of here. That was so bizarre. Oh no. Oh God, I just lost a screw. I just lost the tiniest screw known to man. Oh God. Oh, I found it. Look how tiny this screw is, okay? Lost that. Lost that screw. Okay, let's put this back together. I can hear Murphy just barking at Casey. Poor Casey. Oh no, I lost both screws. Mother bitches. Is this? Nope, that's not a spare screw either. Well, I fucked up. We can't do this one. I lost both tiny screws. Look how tiny this screw is. I'm gonna really try to find this. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. I'm never gonna find this screw. This is a lost cause. Ah! Both! I found them! Oh! See you at the game, Joel! Oh! Found them. Don't even trip. Okay. Don't lose these screws. Why does this deck suck so bad? Oh. I can't unthread it. Screwed it too far down. Okay. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. What even is that? What even is that? Don't ask me, because I don't know. Actually, I do know. I've known the whole time. Shit, this has been in the mystery box for like 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. Yeah, well, that's airflow, I'm pretty sure, along the bottom there. 2-post, like somewhat awkward deck. I don't know why those are like weird and off to the side like that. It almost looks like they didn't have enough room to fit those posts in there. And so they're kind of weird and off to the side. That's weird. It's weird and off to the side. It's going to have to be round wire. It's going to have to be. You know it is. And it's going to have to be like a 2mm. For realsies. Gonna grab out some old reliable Anarchist. Shout out Anarchist. They're not a company anymore, but shout out Anarchist. Remember Hypewire, you guys? Remember Hypewire? I feel like I could guarantee you that nobody in this chat has ever used this RDA. I feel like that's a guarantee. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Tokugawa, Unknown Goat, Brett, Face Meat, Tokugawa, Face Meat, Kith, Tokugawa, Brett, Tokugawa, The Unknown Goat, Brett, Dallas the Kid, Tokugawa, Brett, Tokugawa, Durdle, Durdle, Kith, Tokugawa, Marky, Paul Cole, Kith, The Unknown Goat, Kith, Brett Michael, Kith, Joker, Face Meat, Stephen L, Marky Boy, Miss Bagpipes, Ben, Durdle, Trey, Durdle, Trey, Brett, Stephen L, Brett, JP Dooms, Joker, JP Dooms, Enoch. Okay? JP Dooms, Enoch. Raw hit. Let's hydrate real quick. Let's hydrate with squid. I'm sweating through my t-shirt. Hang on, floor, 7th floor tango. What are you even? Squid. Squid. Good one. Good one, you guys. Thank you for helping me stay hydrated. Thank you. Let's wrap. Yeah, okay, it can be clockwise. 2 millimeters. I don't know why I turned off the 7th floor tango. We could have kept that going through the squidding, you know? You got the good hydration. Good hydration. Pop cold. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 millimeters, man. 2 millimeters. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work. 2 millimeter round wire. What a time to be alive. We don't even know this RDA yet. We don't even know what this is. Hang on, let me do a... I'm not going to be able to find this anywhere. This is a really old RDA. No. No, I'm never going to be able to find this. I'm never going to be able to find this. It's an RDA. It's an RDA. I wonder if it's somewhere on my YouTube. Did you guys see that new Street Fighter trailer? Did you guys see that new Street Fighter trailer? It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so let's see my content. Son of a bitch, fucking bullshit YouTube studio. No. Maybe I'm not ever going to be able to find this. Nope. Maybe I never reviewed this. Maybe I never reviewed this. Nope, I can't find this anywhere. It's an RDA. All right, well. Sucks to be Nick. Yep. Something like that, right in the middle. Wonderful. Gentle. These are the most shallow screw. You know, the Phillips head on top, it's like nothing. And it's like 4 turns. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna need a flathead, I think. I don't think there's been a build in this since 2015. Okay, hang on. I gotta Anthony Ramella this. Anthony Ramella. Okay. 1, 2, 3, Dicky Bow. Nailed it. 1, 2, 3, Dicky Bow. Yes. Yes. It's perfect. It's perfect. Huh? Nice. Look at that. 24 gauge. Round wire, 2mm, 7 wrap. We're good. It's installed. Dude, Marky boy, I love round wire. I love it. I like it. I like building with it. I like vaping off of it. I like my favorite build. My favorite round wire build used to be, I would run it on a MAKK, but it was 22 gauge or 20 gauge. Around a huge diameter, like 3.5mm, wrap big coils, right? You know, dual coils in there. I loved it. Loved round wire. Loved it. Loved round wire. The post is more wonky than the coil. The posts do look wonky, don't they? The posts look... Whoa, easy there. Like that looks like it's hanging off the edge. It's like right there. Yeah, the posts are weird on this. That one's not nearly as close. We got post wonk. This is the first time I think we've ever had post wonk. Let's see, reading a 0.21 right now. That sounds about right. Let's turn this wattage down a little bit. 17 watts. Let's see what happens. All right. Wire was so easy to glow, and it looks so cool when it's glowing. Close. Ready? Yes. That's what we're after. Heaters. Heaters. don't exactly remember how this RDA goes together. Oh, that does just sit on there with an O-ring. Okay. Dude, it's not actually a bad design. Could bring this back as like a flavor bangy. It's too bad this could like never be on a squonker though. I'm gonna grab my MAKK cotton. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do MAKK. Yum yum. No, Trevor. You don't fuse your round wire coils together? You don't? Just gonna weld these coils together real quick. No big deal. I kind of want to sneak in Nick's house, steal all his single coil stuff, so he has to build dual coils next week. Yeah, I mean, listen, I can work in some dual coily stuff. You know, it's not up to me. I mean, it is up to me, I guess. Dang, 2 millimeters. You know, I should be using some bacon or something for this, but that's too much cotton, and I realize that, and I know that's too much cotton because it's literally going to get trimmed right here because that's the edge of the deck. There's a chimney that like screws down on here. So this has to be cut. I mean, it's like nothing. That is crazy. It feels like there's nothing in there. It feels like there's literally nothing in there. In fact, that side's a little too long. I need to cut this down a little bit. Yeah, because this needs to thread down on top. Yep. RDA, believe it or not. So this gets pushed down on top, I believe. I'm gonna need to okay. Cap goes on. Then this gets threaded down, I believe. And that's the RDA. The airflow comes in the front, down that chamber, through those slots, and then up through the middle. But before we do that, we didn't do any hot dripping action, and that upsets me. Let's put, we should put a 6 milligram in this, huh? I just feel like we should. I might throw some of that lemon sour house in here. No, we'll do 3. Let's go for 3. Let's do, here we go. Look, oh, right on top. Oh, shit. Great dip. Just some great dip. Dip it. Great dip it. Let's see if we can do this. There's just, what is it about round wire that I love so much? What is it about round wire breeze tones? Oh, yo, breeze tones? Freaking good morning, bro. Get amongst it. It's gonna vaporize. Believe it or not, this is a dripper. .24 gauge, 7 wrap, 2 millimeter. That's what we're working with. And then this ring needs to go down. Oh man. Yeah, wet the edge here. Okay. And it doesn't matter, like this can be kind of in any position because it's all going to that airflow on those slots on the bottom. This is so freaking weird. And then there's an internal chimney. How like that? There's got to be a way to open up this airflow. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a super pain in the ass airflow to adjust. Super pain in the ass airflow to adjust. Sorry about the dangle clacks. These are unavoidable sometimes. Yeah, you know. So what I have to do to adjust this airflow open is, you see, if I screw this down, it also spins and twists the airflow. So the trick is to hold it where I want it. I want it to be like kind of full open, right? And then I have to screw down that part so that it can remain full open. That's as full open as it's gonna get. I am restricted by the restriction underneath the airflow. That little slot is the most airflow I'm gonna get. So it kind of, I guess, doesn't super matter to open that airflow all the way up, so to speak. All the way up. I know just the place for it. Right in the middle of our front room window. We're going to put this on the good old corporate boardroom. MQ class, such a reliable banger. Might even look nice on here. What? Yeah, that looks great. So this RDA, I don't know the name of it. Truly and honestly, I do not remember the name of it. It was released by CJ, the Vaping Monkey, back in 2015. And I cannot remember the name of it. I bet I could go back in my YouTube, maybe. I could probably go back in my YouTube and look. We'll just put, what do we got? A little dorky guy? What do we got? A 510 guy? What do we got? A whistle tip? Is that a whistle tip? Something to kind of look good on there, right? That's looking dumb. A success. Behold. Does anybody remember CJ, the Vaping Monkey? Does anybody remember the store Vapor Venue? CJ, the Vaping Monkey, he was on the vape team for a while. Yeah, he has got an 5-minute long Vape Fest 2012. It was this guy, CJ, Vaping Monkey. And this is the Chicago Vape Fest video, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so old school. Oh, shit, the nostalgia's killing me. But Vaping Monkey is the guy that released this RDA, and I can't remember him or the name of the RDA or even who released it. CJ Vaping's Monkeys review on the Era. No. Vaping Monkeys Facebook page. Vaping Monkeys Planet of the Grapes. I'm never going to be able to find this RDA. Nope, different Vaping Monkey, not CJ. Taste Your Juice? So there's an article on Taste Your Juice. Yeah, he used to run Vapor Venue. Vapor Venues for sale. I could buy the domain for $3,000. Does anybody remember the Vaping Monkey? The Monkey King RDA? AO Pick was... No. Was that it? No. No, the Monkey King is different. The Monkey King is different. Yeah, that's what continuously comes up every time I search for this RDA, is the Monkey King RDA comes up. CJ the Vaping Monkey. He released this in 2015. I thought for sure that I had a video for it. Can I just search for like 2015? No, it's not gonna. No, 2015. No. CJ Vaping Monkey. I searched my videos for monkey. That's not in the title. It's like, oh, search your videos for RDA. I'm sure you'll find it there. Maybe if I do it by date. The Scar RDA. Oh, this might be successful. Hang on. We might be able to track this RDA down. The Flow, the Flare, the Eve, the Cloud Comp. Twisted Messes. No, it came out right around this time. The Itty Rawa. Remember the Itty Rawa? The K's, the Solstice. Kennedy. The Sinonofre. Maybe I don't have a review for this. I really thought I did. I'm going to look through like one more page. Nope. See, this is when I switched to Tuesday Bro Tuesday. That was the weirdest move I've ever done, I think. I can't find it. AI doesn't know. AI doesn't know. Oh, I didn't even think. Let's ask Claude. This has to be a good question. Let's ask. Doesn't hurt to ask. Ask. It's not going to be able to find it. Okay, so supposedly this was called the Venue RDA. Supposedly this was called the Venue RDA. I had to dig deep on this one because CJ Vapor Venue stuff is barely documented on the internet anymore. The short answer is, I think it was called the Venue RDA. Here's the context so you know I'm not just guessing. CJ the Vaping Monkey ran Vapor Venue and sold Monkey Cream. Around that same era, he did an in-house brand hardware release. The dripper was marketed under the shop, not a big collab brand. It was referred to as the Venue RDA. Why is it so hard to remember? It was widely distributed like a Twisted Messes Mutation X, mostly sold through his own storefront and small circles. It got completely buried when the wave of vape shops disappeared. Yes, the Venue RDA. The Venue RDA? I'm going to try to see if I have a review for this. Venue. No, I don't have a review for this. Hang on. We're going to try. We're going to... Oh my God. No, we're never going to be able to find this. We're never going to be able to find this. But apparently it was called the Venue RDA. The Venue RDA. Do it. Oh, yeah, I could try that. Hang on. I'm going to search for this real quick. There, you can't even find a Venue RDA review. We're spending too much time on this. Hang on, let's kill the 7th floor tango. There's not a review for this on the internet. Maybe this isn't the Venue RDA. Damn it, I wish I still, like... I wish I still had CJ's number. I'd just call him, text him, be like, CJ, what was that RDA you released back in the day? Apparently it was called the Venue. Okay, you're right. Steve-O, what am I doing? I believe it's called the Venue RDA. I don't know. We're just going to vape it, you know? Super very restricted. Super very hyper restricted. Yeah, Vate would know. Vate would guess it right out of the gate. Okay, I'm only going to run this at 3 volts. Cheers, 22 gauge round wire. That's pretty good. Dude, that's pretty good. That's honestly really good. That's vaping really good. Dude. It's just vaping great. I'm shocked. I'm shocked and appalled a little bit. 5 drips. And you can purge this. It doesn't leak. It doesn't flood. Dude, the Venue RDA out of nowhere. Yeah, dry hits. No, I keep it wet. But if nobody ever vaped Monkey Cream liquid, that liquid was out of control good. That was the first liquid I ever had that tasted like a little bit too sweet. It was like, this was the beginning stages. Monkey Cream was the beginning of like super sweet in e-liquids. The entire original Namber Juice line had no sweeteners, no super sweet in it. We manufactured that liquid before super sweet even became a thing. It is chucking. It's chucking. Dude, rice. Round wire will always slap. Round wire will always slap. Did I only have one going there? Yeah, I really only got one. I only got one working nostril going right now. Dude, this is kind of a crazy design. The flavor on it is legitimately like awesome because it's got that real reduced chamber on the inside, kind of like an RTA. It's got that RTA chimney on the inside, which is just, man, if I could get some crackle out of this, it would crackle like crazy. Yeah, small chamber, big flavor. Big flavor. Round wire sucks. I feel like I could turn this up a little bit too. 3.2 volts. Don't get too crazy there, Nick. I can't believe how good this is vaping right now. Genuinely shocked and appalled at how good this is vaping. This hasn't been vaped in 10 years. I pulled a build out of here this morning that had been sitting in there since 2015. It got vaped very little. I did a review for it. I thought I did, but I didn't love this RDA. It's nice to experience it in 2026 now that I have a little bit of an appreciation for a good restricted direct lung. Vaping. The Great Dip tastes awesome in this. The Great Dip, it tastes so good in this. Holy shit. Venue RDA. Who knew? Who saw that coming? I did a little bit because I put it in the mystery box, and I know that some people like to vote for the mystery box, so kind of put it in the mystery box on purpose. You know, I'm not saying that I hoodwinked you, but I hoodwinked you a little bit. RDL. 33 wraps, your vaping style nowadays yearns for 2013, 2014 vape gear. Yeah, I could see that. What are you, Cardo tanks? What was around in 2013? Wasn't 2013 like Cardo tank to the bone? Dickie Mo. No, it's not rigged. Not rigged at all, Dickie Mo. It's never been rigged. The Venue RDA. Getting its fair shake, you know? Vivi Nova. Yeah, a Vivi Nova tank one time hard shorted a Silver Bullet mod that I had. That's a nice little sediment at the bottom of this beer. It's a little bit sour. That Novo vapes so much better than this RDA. It's not even funny. I can't believe... I'm shocked. I'm shocked that this is vaping so good. A part of me wants to send this around to people so they can try it. 2013 to 2014 was us dancing across a meadow of unplucked flowers full of excitement. What looms on the horizon? Yeah, look at us now. There was a big shift, though, within vaping that I absolutely remember in 2014, because 2014 was the original FDA deeming regulations. And I remember I was sitting at work. I was working graveyard shift as a roaster, and I'm just sitting, whatever, roasting coffee, and I flip back and forth all the time between my GrimmGreen stuff and my Starbucks work stuff, so whenever a supervisor left the room, I could just swipe over, start answering YouTube comments, start answering, emails and stuff like this. And I would make it a point to get through all my emails every night at my other job. Yeah. But I remember reading that news on ECF while I was at work that night. And all I could think about was the video I was going to make when I got home. And I drove straight home and sat in front of my camera and shot a video about the 2014 deeming regulations. And I said things like, this is custom tailored to Big Tobacco. These regulations feel like they were written by Big Tobacco. And then in 2015, we got the final deeming regulations. And that's when everybody freaked out. That was 8/8/16. That was no new products on the market after 2016. And here we are 10 years later getting brand new products on the market. Well done, FDA. You couldn't regulate them properly, but at least you also couldn't enforce it properly. So it's a win for us, you know. It's a win for us. Kind of. Let me go take a real quick bio break. In fact, I'm going to bio break whilst there's more voting going on because we're going to do a very random liquid tasting. Just 4 choices tonight, 4 very completely random choices. This is the most random assortment of e-liquids to taste that I may have ever had up on this here desk. But let me put a new poll in the chat. Pardon me. Burp life. Sorry. New poll. Random liquid tastings. All right. Creme. I spelled cream wrong. Yeah, what are you going to do? And then lastly, we are going to allow some additional voting and VOO points to happen. Okay. There's going to be a poll in the chat momentarily after the voting music comes on, but there is going to be a poll in the chat. Polls in the chat. First up on the chopping block tonight. Yep, this is called Alien Piss 4. That came from the Zample box. Also, tonight's the night of the possible plum cream cheese Danish. We also have a Sour King Pog Nectar. Sour King's Pog Nectar, whatever that is. And lastly, straw melon kiwi. That I don't know where it came from. It's just a liquid that's in a bottle that's labeled straw melon kiwi, 7033 milligram. This is probably 6 years old. That's what's up. That's what's up tonight. So while you guys are voting, let me go real quickly, very quickly bio break. I need to rewick an atomizer too real quick. Oh my gosh, I'm back before the stream, before the poll ended. Amazing. Where did I put my tasting parts? Oh shit! Yeah, plum cream cheese Danish. Yeah, I had a feeling. It's okay. I had a feeling. That's what was gonna do it. Oh no. Oh man. See, this is the problem with internal battery devices. The battery's dead, so I can't use the drag. That's fine. Grab something else. Here. Give me this. There we go. Good old reliable Raiden. Sorry. Let me pull some cotton through here real quick. I apologize. I should have been done that while I was peeing, but you know, it was a one or the other situation. Don't look at the wad. How do I lose the end of this so consistently? Found it. Don't worry. Don't even trip. Found it. Just good enough. That'll be fine. That's weird. How do I always lose the end? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give Nick, what? You're going to give me a hard time, Advocate for Liberty? Who left out some details on something? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're vaping the plum. It's the plum cream cheese Danish right now. It's happening. Details. You don't know what you're talking about. Taste. I haven't even tasted it yet. You can't put words in my mouth. I didn't say it tasted like a blue tennis ball. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that evil on me. I want to taste that alien piss a little bit, you know? Plum cream cheese Danish. This is far and away one of the most unique flavors like I've ever heard of. Ain't nobody ever done a plum, at least that I've ever had, a plum anything. Anything. I could have warned you? What are you talking about, Tim? You got an axe to grind? What did I do? Yeah, that's deliberate. It's deliberate askewness. It's very deliberate askewness. Call that the flavor angle, you know? Flavor terraces for days, all over the place. Flavor terraces. Yes. Beautiful. Oh my Lord. You'll love to see it. Plum cream cheese Danish. Plum plum cream cheese Danish. Doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to taste good. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Off the knuckle, that was delicious. Delicious. Delicious off the knuckle. Fascinating. Plum cream cheese Danish. You don't know me, Trevor, but maybe a little bit. Let's have a pull here. Okay. Let me sit with this for a second. Let me just vape it for a hot minute, and I'll get back to you. I'm going to mute my microphone so you can't hear nothing. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say anything you think I am. I'm not going to say anything you think I am. It's delicious. Just delicious. Don't worry. It doesn't taste like Yoo-hoo. It doesn't taste like tennis balls. I'm assuming that it tastes like a plum cream cheese Danish. But I've never had a plum cream cheese Danish. So I can only guess that this is what a plum cream cheese Danish tastes like, and it's delicious. There's a sweet bakery Danish component to it, very creamy, not like a cheese, like Indo cheese type of flavor, but the plum in it, I'm not familiar with plums, a lot. I guess I've eaten some plums in my life, but this doesn't really taste like plum, like a natural plum. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, borderline something Christmassy, like plum pudding or plum sugar plums, right? Sugar plums, that's a Christmassy thing. It's delicious. It's sweet. It's definitely like a stone fruit, deep flavor, but there's layers of sweetness, and it's, really delicious. Really delicious. I've never vaped plum flavors. So this is like a sweet cooked plum. I guess I have. I guess I've eaten some plums in my life. Like, if I think back to my past lives, yeah, there was some plum consumption. But this is crazy good. It tastes like not cinnamon roll, but like the frosting, the glazy frosting is definitely there. The bakery Danish is definitely there. And there's like this stone fruit. I guess it's plum. Yeah, it's similar to other cream cheese Danishes, but yeah, it's sweeter. It more thick. It feels thick. Thick is a good way to put it. Thick plum. Should have called this liquid thick ass plum. Like purpley plums. Like the purpley plums that are sweet in the middle. QHB, you rock some plum pastry? I've never had a plum pastry. Maybe I need to have a plum pastry. This is delicious. I've never had a plum cream cheese Danish, and this is the best plum cream cheese Danish I think I've ever had. Ever in the whole world. Sweet, fruity, thick, Danishy, glazed frosting on top. Thick. PB&J with plum. PB and plum jam. Costco has a plum cream cheese Danish. To Costco, everybody. Rad. This is rad. This is a rad liquid. Plum cream cheese Danish. Who knew? I would vape the shit out of a PB and plum. It's so rich. It's almost like, I don't know if I could bang on this all day. I don't know that I could. It's very rich. Super good. Well done, Lady Liberty. Well done. Plum cream cheese Danish for the win. That's obscenely delicious. Obscenely delicious. I didn't know plum cream cheese Danish could be so delicious. I would have never bought, I would have never gone for a plum cream cheese Danish. Let me turn on some AC. It's a little warm in here. Sorry, delicious, by the way. Plum cream cheese Danish. Would recommend. 10 out of 10. That's a wildly unique flavor, and it's just so tasty. It is just so tasty. Well done, Lady Liberty. Well done. Is the air conditioning even on? I'm sweating in here. Sweating. Dang. What a fun hell-ass vlog. Dude. And we got so much more to go. No, we don't. We have birthdays. We got birthdays to sing. I'm going to check. I didn't check the old Discord, but if you got a birthday, throw it out in that chat there. Dead Ted, STX, and Earn. We're doing all of these today? Carly's next Thursday, but STX and Earn. What? I didn't realize Earn was tonight. I didn't even get you anything for your birthday. Hell yeah, dude. Let's sing happy birthday to the birthday people because birthdays, because freaking hashtag birthdays. Happy freaking birthday. Yeah, I see you, Stunner. I see you, Stunner. I've got burps that won't come out. Might throw up. Yep, Barbara. Yep, we got Barbara. Miss Bagpipes. Let's sing happy birthday, you guys. Please sing along. Dee Dee nephew Ethan. Well, I'll add Ethan to the list. You can't stop me. You can't even stop me. And you guys sing along with me, right? You all sing along. Throw up and you're cool. Throw up and you're cool. I can feel the startings of it. I get gas, burps. Well, we're going to try to power through. Happy birthday to you, Parker. Happy birthday to also them, more specifically. Happy birthday, dear Jason, a.k.a. Corporate Jason, a.k.a. the Fed, a.k.a. Corporate Bussy, also Miss Bagpipes, and Kirk Winstein, also Earn, and STX Stunner, and then we're adding Ethan and Parker. Happy birthday to you. Yes, skip around the room. Skip around the room. You know what to do. Skip around the room. Skip around the room. Skip around the room. You know what to do. You skip around the room. In fact, someday I'll be able to pull this up way faster. Ha!
Skip around the fucking room. Skip around the fucking room. Skip around the fucking room.
Happy birthday, Earn. Happy birthday, STX. Happy birthday, Corporate Jason. Happy birthday, Kirk Weinstein. Happy birthday, Earn. Happy birthday, Ethan. Happy birthday, Parker. Happy birthday, Bagpipes. Happy birthday, Barbara. Happy birthday, birthday. Skip around the room and birthday. Skip around the room and birthday. Hell yeah. Skip around the room. Happy birthday, you guys. Happy Mother Truckin'. Happy Mother Truckin' birthday. Well, we're reaching the end, which you know what that means. It's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's time to check in with Earn's favorite Ernst-Garum bands, YouTubers. I'll see you at the end. And let's prepare our ears and our bodies and our souls for the finest music that Instagram has to offer. That's my contribution to Earn's favorite Ernst-Garum bands. I just like it when younger generation is picking up guitars and playing shit. It's like when, my nephew Max will text me pictures of his electronic drums and like his new guitar that he got. And he's all about playing in a metal band. It just makes me so happy. It just makes me so happy. And I'll give them all the leeway in the world because, like I said, dude, what are these like 13, 14-year-old? They're playing metal better than I did at a similar age. Way better than I didn't know any Pantera songs when I was when I was a freshman in high school. I didn't know how to play a Pantera song. Yeah, it's the next generation. Cavalera Brothers, yeah. What the fuck's up, Denny's? Exactly. Well, those were some high quality artists. The best that Instagram has to offer, really. We have Earn to thank for that. My algorithm is a little bit more dialed in. I get some cooler stuff, maybe we should just do all mine next week. We'll do all my Instagram bands next week. Because you guys didn't get to hear bassoon metal, You didn't get to hear bassoon metal. We're going to do all of my favorite Instagram bands next week. I want to play in a metal band too. Really, my dream is I want to be in a hardcore band again. I want to do this for my friends. I want to do this for my family. I want to have sick fucking breakdowns. I want to be in a hardcore band again. I feel like hardcore has gone away too much and we need more hardcore bands. So I want to be in a hardcore band. I think that would be so badass. I can play bass. I could do vocals. I would love to be, my dream has always been to be a vocalist, not tethered to any instruments or anything. But it just wasn't in the cards for me. Happy birthday, Kark Winstein. All right, you guys. Hell, thank you. What a great vlog. 3.5 hours. We got this dialed in. As long as I have no mail, we can get this in under 4 hours. Apparently the mail takes up a half an hour. Oh shit. You know what we didn't do? It's okay. We'll just do that next week. I wrote down yammering. I didn't yammer as much as I wanted to tonight, so I'm going to make a note for next week to yammer more. Okay. Next week, guaranteed yammering. Oh, what up, Paul? What up, Paul F? Captain of the replay crew? Chillin'. We're just winding down. We're done. I think we're pretty much done. Plum cream cheese Danish. Plum cream cheese Danish. What kills me is back in the day, it feels like the plum cream cheese Danish would have been like a hype juice. Remember hype juices? Plum cream cheese Danish, you could have called this like the Event Horizon or something, and it would have been a hype juice. People would have been like, plum cream cheese Danish? What? Everybody would need it. I'm going to take a quick look. I think we got it all, dude. We got it all. There's so much less to clean up when I don't have like packaging everywhere. Dude, we built a round wire venue RDA from 2015. Good times, you guys. Damn good times. Damn good vlog times. I appreciate you. Happy, my Joe Sturdy pen, Paul F., my Joe Sturdy pen leaked everywhere. It's hanging in a pen holder on my fridge right now, but it leaked everywhere. It leaked all over the place. Anywhere and everywhere. I couldn't use it anymore. Yeah, at the height of the donut craze, could you imagine? Could you imagine a plum cream cheese Danish liquid dropping at the height of the donut craze? It would have been a hype juice. I'm pumped for Sam's juice. I'm pumped for the Sam FDH collab as well. Thank you, Paul Cole. Thank you, guys. Seriously. I mean, so much. I can't say this enough. Week after week, this is where I want to be. And I'm glad that you guys also would like to be here as well.
and goof off and do vape stuff and read the news and taste liquids and do all the things that we do. I love it. I look forward to it. It's the best day of the week. And there's no place else I'd rather be on a Thursday than literally right here. I mean, literally right here on Twitch, streaming at your faces. I love it. It's so fun. Yeah. Hey, God bless you, K-Man. God bless you, K-Man. Appreciate you guys. Swim Martin, happy birthday, Barbara. I love you. The Dawn, appreciate you, bro. Tim, Brett, Paul Cole, Dee Dee, damn it. Marky Boy, Doomskis. Doomskis was here the whole time. Dirtle, appreciate you. Metal Morrissey, you are Kate, Metal Momacy. And it's time for us to say goodbye. I love you guys. Seriously. I mean, these aren't just words. I love you guys. Thank you. Peace out. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves. Yak over here believes he can fly, so I think we can believe in ourselves for at least the rest of the day, maybe on through Friday, you know? And to my yo-yo's, well, let's jump in those hangs. I'm going to quick clean up. I'm going to do some quick Vaping session. And then I'll meet you guys in the hangs. We'll hang out all night. It's going to be great. I love you guys. Peace out. Yak believes he can fly, so you should too. You should believe in it. Frank, appreciate you, bro. Peace out. It's hard to say goodbye sometimes. It's a little difficult, especially after we've had such a good vlog. Like after such a good, fun vlog, I'm like, well, we're only 3 hours and 35 minutes. What else can we do here, huh? Want me to build something, huh? Want me to spin up some wire? Should we try some aliens right now, bro? No, we're not going to do that. Maybe we'll try some aliens on Tuesday. Maybe we'll fiddle with some aliens on Tuesday. I haven't done that in a long time. Could be fun. Yeah, it's a very Midwest goodbye. Okay, peace out, you guys. Be excellent, okay? Be excellent to yourselves and be excellent to each other and the people around you. It goes so much farther than being an asshole. Don't be an asshole, you know? Don't be Johnny Somali. That's my advice. Don't be Johnny Somali. Be the opposite of Johnny Somali. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Woo.
I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky any time of year. Dun 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 dun. I believe I can fly.